Hi, welcome to Fresh Faces New Ideas. My name is David. If you like the channel and you want to get information when the next video comes up, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow me on Twitter at Faces Ideas. So for this video, we're going to talk about Mitch McConnell, Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, because a lot of what's going on recently is talk about the All-Star game, baseball All-Star game being moved because of the Georgia laws. Now, he had a statement on Monday, and the statement basically says corporations should not be involved in politics. That was basically the statement. Now, if you know anything about Mitch McConnell, you know that statement is problematic to the things Mitch McConnell has pushed for. He actually was one of the people who brought a case to the Supreme Court about stopping campaign finance laws. He lost that case, but ultimately he did win when they allowed Citizens United case. So on Tuesday he walked that back. We're going to watch that clip, and then we're going to talk about all the hypocrisy coming out of it and the things that, if they truly believed what they're saying versus the thing that the caveat he's going to make, this is where Democrats need to push them on. So let's take a look at the clip.
If they applied the same standard they applied to Georgia, they couldn't have games in St. Louis because Missouri has a more restrictive voter law than Georgia.
Okay, so here's the overall caveat to this. They moved the game from Georgia, Atlanta, to Colorado. Now, Colorado is like number one in the country in voting rules. So while at some point, I don't know if he says in this video, but you'll hear talking about, oh, Colorado has voter ID laws, Colorado has less early voting than Georgia. Part of that is because of how much access people have to the voters box. They don't need to have as many days of early voting because it's so easy to vote there. That's the difference. And look, he's going to argue about New York and Missouri. He clearly stated that. I haven't looked into specifically how high Missouri and New York's voting numbers are, but this bill was designed directly to stop people from voting.
The new Georgia law. What are they going to do about the Mets and the Yankees? New York has a more restrictive voting.
Also, on another note, it's kind of funny for McConnell to be going after New York and stuff because New York funds Kentucky. Kentucky is basically in the bottom like 5 of basically every reasonable metric for the country. And part of that is because of policies pushed by Mitch McConnell. And New York needs all the money it can because it has to subsidize Kentucky.
Participation law than the new Georgia law. Where does it end? So my warning, if you will, to corporate America is to stay out of politics.
Now, this is empty for a couple of reasons. One, he's the minority leader, so he doesn't really have any power. And two, what are you going to do about it, Mitch? Are you going to raise their taxes? You're not going to do that, are you? That would go against your whole philosophy. Are you going to punish them? Like, how? What are you going to do? You're going to warn them how? What is it that you're capable of doing? Or that you're actually going to do? And this is something I'm asking anyone who watches this video. What exactly can Mitch McConnell warn these corporations that they're going to do? We're not going to give you tax breaks when we give other people tax breaks? Is that it? Are you going to purposely write out the MLB from the next time you try to cut taxes? Is that what you're going to do, Mitch? Like, what exactly are you doing here?
It's not what you're designed for. And don't be intimidated.
Hold on, I want to run this back because what he just said there was important.
My warning, if you will, to corporate America is to stay out of politics. It's not what you're designed for.
Bingo. Stay out of politics. It's not what you're designed for. So as I speak, Mitch McConnell is currently agreeing with HR 1 to remove the corporate influence in politics by publicly financing elections, and he's now outspoken against Citizens United, saying it's a problem, and the next time they talk about raising taxes, they won't bring on a corporate CEO to say, oh, my business will fail because you raised my taxes, or my business will fail because I have to pay my workers a living wage, right? That's exactly what Mitch McConnell is saying currently. Maybe.
And don't be intimidated by the left into taking up causes that puts you right in the middle of one of America's greatest political debates.
So this is another ridiculous thing because in Indiana a couple years ago, they were going to do a bill that allowed you to discriminate against gay people because of your religious beliefs. And then the NCAA wanted to pull out, and then they didn't pass that bill. So it's okay if you do it for a right-wing cause, but if you do it for, democracy, then it's bad and you should not be doing it.
Republicans drink Coca-Cola too. And we fly. And we like baseball. This is a pretty competitive political environment.
Republicans do like baseball. They drink Coke. Donald Trump currently had a picture of him with Stephen Miller, I think, the last 2 days, about him with him hiding a Coke that he told you to boycott. And you do fly. You also burn your Nikes, boycotted the NFL because a black guy kneeled, boycotted basketball because a black guy kneeled. You boycotted baseball now because they don't like your voter suppression tactics. You have tossed out your Keurigs for some reason. You boycotted Starbucks because they wouldn't put Merry Christmas, I believe it is. There's a lot of it. Anyway, the MLB, let's be very clear, is not saying we hate Republicans and they are not allowed to go to baseball games. That's not what's happening. What's happening is Republicans are saying, hey, we don't like democracy, and the MLB is saying, okay, well, then we're getting pressure from the people who are following it or to speak out because we have power, because corporations basically run the country. So we're going to move it to somewhere else to prove until the laws change. And that's because of the Republicans. The MLB is not, yes, they are absolutely hurting some of these businesses. And the people who are fighting against this law, like Stacey Abrams and other advocates, are saying, do not leave. We don't want you to leave. The people who are saying that Republicans can't do these things are Republicans.
Environment in America, as I just pointed out, a 50-50 Senate. If I were running a major corporation, I'd stay out of politics.
Hey, NBC News.
Okay, so let's go back. So in that particular clip, there's a caveat put onto this. It's not in this particular clip, but it's in the full speech. He says they're to stay out of politics unless it's public donations. Now, this is the key, because Mitch McConnell is one of those people who advocated for Citizens United. Now, what Citizens United says is that money from corporations is free speech. So therefore, you cannot limit the spending that a corporation does because it's limiting their free speech. So now Mitch McConnell is revising this. This is the new McConnell rule. It is free. Money is free speech, but speech is not speech. So give us the money so we can enact whatever we want, whether it's the tax cuts for you, or it's regressive policies, or it's going after a minority, or whatever it is that our party is currently going after now. But you can't say anything about it. So you can't say whether you want. So look, let's be very clear. The thing that Mitch McConnell's saying. This is him saying to corporations, "Shut up and give me money." That's exactly what he's saying. Your speech is only your money, and just because you give, and you should not be giving anything, you should not be saying anything about the money you're giving. So just give us the money, and then sit down and be quiet. Now, there's two problems with this. One, if there is actually some type of retaliation from Republicans, the Democratic answer should not just be, oh, give us more corporate money. Because the answer is not, oh, look, we have more corporate donors. That is bad. It is poll bad forever to have the rich be the ones who donate to you, because it's shown over and over again that that's who you cater to. That's why we need public financing of elections. That's why we need H.R. 1. That's why super PACs are bad, because they can just spend unlimited dark money. That's part of the problems there. So the other problem there is they don't want corporate. They just want your money. They don't care. They don't care about they don't want you to advocate for anything. So here's what it ultimately breaks down to. Mitch McConnell is a hypocrite. This is nothing new. The whole point of him saying this, and the reason he had the second speech, was to walk back the fact that he still wanted the political donations. He's saying, don't tell us that we're bad. Just give us money and shut up and go in the corner. And then we'll give you your tax breaks and all of that. I don't know what his actual warning to these corporations is, because there is no world where Mitch McConnell raises taxes on these corporations. I don't believe that world exists in any dimension. It just doesn't happen. That's not who he is. Mitch McConnell is notoriously a huge hypocrite. This is nothing new. All this goes to show is they just want more people to shut up and give them money so they can do whatever they want. And they don't want you to actually say anything bad about the bad things that they're doing. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter at FacesIdeas, and I'll see you in the next one.